up.
No doubt.
I don't even. I probably should. Let me log on to my Insta. Drop the volume, so there's no feedback. I got questions on questions on questions for you.
I'm ready, big homie. I put people under this. Oh, there we go. I just got a request from YouTube.
Oh, nice. Okay, so we are live. It looks like we are live.
Whoops! I need to be more professional. I really need to be more professional.
I know, man, and the camera is on you. Okay, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. We are live. It is me, Chilu. Well, you're on my page, so you know who it is. But I'm here with my man Verbal.
What up? Hold
on, let me put you on. We don't have a wide camera. We're so unprofessional.
The wide camera is the one that makes me look like I'm 400 pounds. I'm exposing. The one that made me, look at the shape. Look at the shape. Your young man is in.
Oh man, and I remember when we did. I think it was the Go Getter video. You remember back in the day?
Oh yeah.
There's that iconic photo. You and Kamisa.
Ah yeah.
Doing the fist. Doing that vibe. And it would be nice to juxtapose because in terms of your collective mass in kilograms between then and now.
You know what? And it was such a crazy moment because we actually met in studio. The second picture, we took it in the PodHouse in
Lusaka. Yeah.
And it was such a beautiful moment because when I saw him, I was like, I was hoping I would be somewhere close to you. He's a walking Goliath.
Okay. All right. So now we want to know first of all if you can hear us loud and clear. I'm seeing thumbs up because I've got my phone here.
Hey, thumbs up.
So thumbs up I think means that we're doing good in terms of sound. Verbal has been presenting an amazing show on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
And that's the reason I was insisting, no, man, I need to find out about your motivation.
Mm-hmm.
I need to find out about the guests and what kind of criteria you're using to get these guests. And most importantly, it looks like you're having fun, but are you having fun?
Because the funny thing with that is, okay, everyone knows that whatever space I'm in, it shouldn't be too serious. Because I will get myself and everyone else in trouble. I'm a happy guy, man. So if I'm not laughing, then just know something is wrong.
Yeah.
If you don't hear me laughing, then I'm not enjoying what I'm doing.
In fact, let me try and do this real quick. If I can, I'm gonna try and show a clip of Verbal having fun.
Oh my. Okay, not even seem. You are very ambitious. Yeah. So what would you say is your next dream role? Just to be like the cherry on top.
There's a role that I always wanted to play, and my mom reminded me of it, I think last week. And I'll never play that role. And it's fine. I'm saying it now so that I can put it to bed. I will never play the role where I am Jet Li and Jackie Chan's combat partner in a movie. It's just, they're old. When was the last time you saw Jet Li in a movie? Come, let's be serious now.
Wait, whose dream was this, first of all?
It was mine. I wanted to be their combat partner. I want to be in a movie where I'm running down the street like a woman that means business. And then I get to the bad guy and I'm like, ha, ha, ha. But right now, I'm not much of a runner. So, the problems are many.
Oh, man. That was the best.
It still gets me up to now. It still gets me up to now.
So the thing is, we configured this stream in a rush. So I don't even know if you could hear the sound, but I'm sure you could see the subtitles and you could see Verbal laughing his head off. He couldn't finish.
No, you know what? First of all, he's showing you exclusives that
haven't been aired yet.
Not even out yet. No, you know what? I won't lie. In fact, thank you. You're giving me an opportunity to defend myself. Guys, when you watch that, I lost all forms of professionalism completely because that was the funniest episode that we've ever done. I couldn't keep it together. Yeah. I was in tears.
Yeah.
I was in tears, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. So for me, it doesn't feel like I'm working or out there doing something. It's just me in my natural element. I would rather I'd rather do stuff like that
Yeah.
than try and portray something which I'm not. This for me feels more natural. So that's why I've been having so much fun. And in turn, my guests feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
And when we have the conversations, it's more natural, it's more organic. It's not scripted and planned out and everything. And I mean, I want it to be as spontaneous as possible, because that way you get like a true meaning of what people really want to say about themselves.
And that was Kitu. She's from. She acts in currently Scandal, isn't it?
Yes. She's
Okay. Now, I've got. First of all, if you're in the comments, thank you so much. Let's just acknowledge. So we've got Zayan Color watching. Zandile Fife, how you doing? We've got who else? Francis Musonda, thanks for watching. Christian William, thank you for watching. And I think they could hear the sound from that clip, from what I'm hearing. So
where are the family members? Why do I not recognize any family members? This is why, you see, don't support. Where are family members?
We're ancestors, what you call descendants of Adam.
But when you want money, you're active. But now
yeah, man. But so far, the interviews that I know that are live on the channel. By the way, if you haven't done so yet, you must subscribe to the channel.
Please,
put that thing there covering my face. But yeah, subscribe. It's called the PodHouse Conversations, and it's on YouTube. And the episodes that I've seen you do, it's interesting because the first one that you had on, which is on the channel, was quite a deep one. It was you, Critic, and Chandambao talking about hip hop. In fact, that was the second one, but like because the first one was you were in the mix when Chef 187 was being interviewed. But the one which was which I was referring to, Chandambao and Critic, it didn't show that fun side of you. I mean, there were moments of it because the conversation was deep and a hearty conversation that needed to be had. Whereas when I watch the more recent versions, they're just like, a live wire when you come on screen.
Unscripted.
And I'll tell you what, this is what happened last week. There's a guy who helps us out at the PodHouse with sound. Jason, I'm calling you out.
Ooh.
So Jason comes through because he mixes the audio, but he doesn't see the visuals. So he said to me like, no, Verbal's a bolt of energy. He had all these compliments. Then he says, how far usually is he from the mic? Yes. So then I tell Jason like, no, come, let's see the episode. So I switch on the episode. He's like, whoa. He says, I'm expecting a tall, lanky fella. So just to let you know that your voice exudes tall and lanky. Like how I used to be in my 20s.
I identify as tall and lanky. Thank you very much, Jason. I appreciate that. Actually, you know what the funny thing is, which is actually goes in tune with this conversation.
Yeah.
I remember actually the conversation I had. So the one we did with Chef.
Yes.
I was just there as someone who's a fan of the music.
Yeah.
And I was just throwing in my 2 cents here and there. So it really wasn't like me being... The one with Critic and Chandambao, apart from it being like a serious conversation that definitely needs to be had in the music space, and that one for me was very personal because it's like things that a lot of people don't really talk about in terms of like, copyright, IP. Like, I just felt like it's information I didn't have when I was coming up. And I felt like it was important for me to impart it onto like, upcoming artists or people who want to go into this field. So apart from it being serious, what he's not telling you is that's the first time he threw me in the deep end. So he's been planting this idea in my head for a while, but like for obvious reasons. For me, I just felt like, no, man, like I've never done this before. So I just felt like, no, maybe something I cannot do. So that I was nervous.
Really?
I was like ridiculously nervous. I remember even afterwards, I was telling Dope G, Sam Sakala, we chilled afterwards, and I was telling him like, yo, man, I don't think I did right. I don't think I was sitting right. I don't think I asked like all these things come
Verbal
to your
overthinks
mind.
things.
Hey, man, like
this is one thing I've kind of found out about you. You analyze, which is a good thing because you're always looking to up your game.
Good and bad. Because like as a rapper, man, like you have to like analyze everything that you do so you can be better the next time that you do it.
Yeah.
Because the mistake that we make is everything that you do, you feel is perfect. like when you're standing in front of a mirror, you can be an action hero if you want, if you're acting out a monologue in front of a mirror.
Yeah.
There's nothing you're doing wrong. So for me, I always like look with like, not really a negative eye, but I always try to look for what I can do better in the next thing, which is a headache for, it's a headache. It's a headache for.
No, not really. Because when we're communicating, you ask me questions like, da 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 da, and like they're very much process questions. Process questions leading up to, and after you ask me, I'm like, wow, bro, you're overthinking it.
I can't help it.
Let's just do something.
It's hard to switch off. And for me, since it was the first time, I was thinking about everything that I was doing wrong and what I can do better. And that's why with the show that we are now, Young Conversation, the PodHouse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that one is more, it's me in my natural element, me more comfortable, me more relaxed, and me knowing who I am in what I'm doing. Because this is new to me, all of this. Like, I'm used to be behind the mic, but for, different reasons. So now it's like, excuse me, it's like I'm in charge of not only where the conversation goes, I'm in charge of the aura and the mood in the room.
Yes.
So once you lose that with someone you're having a conversation with, once they close off, it's near impossible for you to get them to let the walls down and open up and be in a place where they can be comfortable with themselves. So for me, it's a learning experience, but I'm loving it, man.
No, you see, you look like you're loving it. Let's do some more shout outs. I've got the phone here. So Henry, who helps us out like with a lot of the things behind the scenes, I was laughing. I don't know what you're laughing at, Henry, but you can see that your graphics working. Chama Zimba, how you doing? Oh, my cousin. How you doing, cousin from the States?
You see what happens when you call out family?
I've got family popping up. I don't know about you. Joshua Tembo Suale, how you doing, April Dador? Kelvin Sinkala Mwinga Ngondo. Reina, thank you for joining us. And many, many, many people. Ian Brian Kunda, Michael Temba. List is long. Thank you so much. We appreciate that you're joining us and spending time with us. I've got a question for you now. So the early episodes, you had the sunglasses, the famous sunglasses. And then all of a sudden...
There's no loyalty in this podcast. There's no loyalty.
No, but we just heard like, okay, I'm going to take them off. And it was a big thing. You take them off. Tell us the philosophy behind that. And before you do that, you can see my hand is in there, so we're in the same room. In case you're seeing us in two separate things.
Do we need to prove that?
Give you a high five.
Guys, it's real.
Cheesy but true.
It's real.
Yeah, so
it's not CGI. Look at
it. Check out the channel. Please subscribe.
Subscribe.
It's PodHouse Conversations on YouTube. So yeah, man, what's the story with the sunglasses?
So like you said, me and overthinking. So we shot like that was a big episode. I don't know if can we name drop because it's not radio.
Yeah. Please do.
So
production is in the building, by the way.
High
some
production.
giggles.
High production. I know I make things very hard for you guys. I'm so sorry.
But we have to say the edits are sweet, man.
No, man. That's another part where when you sending things out, like you're sharing with your people with pride.
Exactly.
That's how clean everything is. Like the quality standards are here. Shout out to you guys, man. A special shout out to the artwork, number one, the graphics and everything that happens.
Yeah.
Production. I see you because I know I make things very difficult. Very difficult. Speaking of production, so when there's a big episode that we did with Major Steez.
Yeah.
Major Steez came to the PodHouse and they were very excited because the album was coming out. They were doing the rollout. So it was like a hectic week for them. So they made time and they came through. And I was so excited about that interview. So obviously, we have like a select few who get to see the episode before it comes out. So I remember I sent it through to a few people and I think, and I'm not even exaggerating, I think like 15 out of the people, they were like, hey man, what's this superstar thing you've got going on? So
with the sunglasses.
I'm like, hey, what do you mean superstar thing? First of all, I am a superstar. Thank you very much. But what do you mean? And like, why are you always in shades? Or every time you're in shades. I'm like, it's interviewing hip-hoppers. I'm a hip-hopper. Like, no, we want to see your eyes. So at first, I thought it was just people being themselves and I let it go. And then it translated into like actual comments. Oh, no, Verbo. Why are you always hiding your eyes? Oh, Verbal, you're always in shades. And then I did some research. I'm in shades 90% of the time.
Yeah.
I just naturally. So you guys won, man. Now I don't shades. Even now, I've got shades here, but I can't.
And it's nighttime, in case you're thinking we're in the States and it's daytime. It's night.
Okay, because what if I've got eye condition or something? No one gives you problems about you wearing your glasses.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yay! The unveiling.
I've got a beautiful comment, man. Sean, who I think is your brother, right?
Man.
Because wait, let me read the comment. Sean says, eyes are the key to the soul. Big bro has a wonderful soul. So I'm glad and proud that he allows the world to see it. Sean!
Okay, when I said family pop up, I didn't... Hey!
Bro, man, so wordsmiths in the fam. It's in the genes. That's a no comment, Sean.
Yeah, caught me. What up, bro? Yo, man, prep some food, man. Your boy hungry, yeah? your boy hungry. I'm gonna pull up. That's actually my little brother.
Really?
Yeah, that's...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you got me choking up and whatnot. I didn't know you deep like that, man.
There's water.
No, actually, he's actually one of the people who told me about the shades thing.
Oh, really?
When I showed him an episode, the first thing he said is like, because I even told him, I'm like, no, I don't want any shades anymore. He's like, yeah. And he said like, yeah, no, you shouldn't hide your eyes. So I didn't know it was such a big thing.
Yeah.
But this goes back to what I was saying about learning and like, understanding what you're actually doing. This is new to me.
Yeah.
So when people share things like that with me, so that means the next time when I'm interviewing someone, subconsciously I'll know when I wear shades outside of the fashion sense, it could affect how the person perceives me and the people watching as well. So like I said, learning process. I mean, I never in 1,000 years would I even think it would matter if I'm wearing shades or not.
But you know what also enjoy fun, man, I had the camera on me. As opposed to you, and you were doing a lot of the talking. And like 2 minutes of me just nodding my head off like, sorry, man, production is not involved in this production, evidently.
You're going to be in trouble for a change. It's your turn to be in trouble. Production, I tried to warn him. He wouldn't listen. He wouldn't listen.
I think this is dope. I think the fact that we can come here and share something in real time about something that's been worked on, on a different platform. Because what happens is this as well. There's some beautiful episodes, on whatever YouTube channel. So it's not necessarily, say, PodHouse Conversations. But if you have an audience which primarily lives on, say, Facebook or Instagram, these different conglomerates, these different giants of media, they suppress any post which you do to promote your content on another platform. So meaning that there's some like real nice juicy content, but we want it to live on YouTube. You see, now that I'm saying YouTube, Meta starts suppressing. But the thing is, once you put like a link to it, then it's suppressed, which I think is unfair in the bigger things. But I wanted to also just mention that what I've been impressed by, during this journey, and we're like a few episodes deep in it, is that every once in a while, I'll, Verbal will send a voice note. So, homie, I've been reading up on what YouTube, this and this, because you're researching this stuff, and it's rare that you get somebody who gets so invested, and maybe
make me sound so paranoid.
No, not even. I think it's just lovely to be hungry for knowledge. I mean, like, if anyone checks out my search browser here, there's just like links, MKBHD, and all these guys who give knowledge, because at the end of the day, it's good to be on the cusp of where the knowledge lies, so that you can exert yourself more in that space.
I think it's something we don't do a lot, especially you talking about the whole suppressing of links and whatnot. As someone who's been doing music for a while, I can tell you like this is a struggle that's been going on for a very, very long time. It's crazy that there's so many different platforms that are available, but like the cross sharing across all platforms is restricted depending on which platform you are on at that time. I feel like that doesn't make any sense. And also it also takes away from the beauty of the moment. Sometimes you share something with like genuine intent because you want people to see it.
Yeah.
But because of now, you don't know the dynamics or the politics behind like the platform. Like I learned the hard way. For example, like the first episode that we
With
did,
the Major Steez one.
I was so hyped. I was so hyped for that one because outside of just being like a fan, music wise, I just felt like it's a conversation that more people needed to see.
Yes.
And that's when I realized with the whole cross platform, like I would say branding, I guess, because like no one sees it, and they make sure that it stays that way. But you know what, like we just have to keep on sharing, man.
Absolutely.
And people need to want to see the content as well.
Yeah.
Because I feel like as a society we're spoiled nowadays. There's so much information out there.
Yeah.
So much information that we expect the information just to drop in our lap.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you really want to find something and you really want to, I feel like we're losing our hunger for knowledge, man.
Yeah.
Like even just the research and everything that I do, I've noticed that it's not that I'm doing it out of myself. I've always liked to do that, but I feel like as a people we've lost our hunger for knowledge. We don't thirst to know things more.
Yeah.
You get like a piece of information and you run with it. You don't check for yourself. You don't read up.
Yes.
You don't research.
You become all Trumpish.
You know, like, and you just take it as is. Like I will not get in trouble because they're using these words.
No, you see, I remixed the word. If I just said, the first 5 letters of it, maybe. But if I say Trumpish, it could be a verb.
Yeah, because no, but you're very right. And the thing is, like with everything that's been going on, not only in South Africa, but in the world, like in general, like misinformation is so dangerous.
Yeah.
And I also feel like we also to blame for that because we don't research.
Yeah.
We don't research.
Yeah.
If I told you today that I did some research and I discovered that during the day between 3 and 4 the sky is blue and brown between these times, and then I can give you some fake graphs and say because of this that because of the raindrops and and then I put it out there. If you don't research and then you run with it, that means more and more and more and more and more of us are clowns. You can't necessarily just blame me for giving out the misinformation. It's also on you to go out there and check if my information is accurate.
Yeah. It's interesting. There's a time when I was asked to be a moderator to some academic panel. And no, was I the moderator? Because I've been on 2 very academic-ish things, where I'm the outlier because I'm not academic-ish. But I was saying, and it was during COVID. And so there were professors on the panel, it was online. And I was saying that the guys who do those conspiracy theories, those outlandish, 5G causes, whatever, those guys, those are the guys who, African Union, NEPAD, all these guys need to employ because they've got something in the source of misinformation which allows it to spread. You know what I mean? Whereas the good information that can be helpful to humanity, that stuff stays. It doesn't catch fire as much. So we need to find a way of getting those.
But now the thing is, okay, you must also remember there's so much that's going on. So in our generation right now, if everything that you're talking about doesn't have drama or an element of like controversy, then people don't want it.
Yeah.
People don't want it. The reason why these people that you're talking about, like these conspiracy theorists and the way that they go about it, they're very clever. They know that the more outlandish the claim, the more traction it's going to get.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people now, like the more edgy it is, the more people get sucked into it. If you're talking about something that's real and genuine and like it's got no argument basis, then people are not interested in it because there's nothing to engage with.
Yeah.
So the more dramatic and the more outlandish the claim is, because like for example, like the flat Earth and this and that, I've seen these videos and I've sat down like just to try and understand, and I've noticed I'm like the crazier your claim, like the more engagement you will get, because why? We're drawn more towards the drama.
Yeah.
The truth not so much more entertaining than it would be if you were telling me a lie. If you told me a lie in a spicy way, I'll probably run with it more because like, ooh. How many people is it going to offend? I want to see what the backlash is going to be like. How are people going to react to this and that? And like, the more that happens, that's why like content is what it is right now.
Yeah. And it's true because, and this is me now in terms of the way I interact. Yesterday, I was chatting to, there's a friend of mine, we are brothers in radio, call it that. And I was asking about some marketing campaign, and he was saying, why don't you advertise on... Then he mentions the social media platform. And I was telling him that the wave of negativity is so strong within that community because of that vibe, that even if you put something on it which is meant to, be positive or whatever, even if you're just advertising an event, like something as simple as an event, in the comments, there'll be ways in which people want to find something, something negative to spew at whatever initiative. And I suppose that, that's the way we're going on. I want you to comment on a couple of things, but I've got some comments. Queen of Jumanji, that's a lovely name, says, I love this for Reggie. Is it for you?
Hey, come on. Queen of Jumanji, thank you very much. Danke. I receive.
Once Mundia, once I've been chatting to him, he's got a great voice and he's got a channel on YouTube. Says it's so easy to take things at face value because it takes more effort to look at things in depth, which is true.
Fact.
Nicholas says, yes, I believe you're giving a salute to it. Now, here's another question for you. The guys that you have on the pod, a lot of them, two of them, you share a background. And I've enjoyed watching the episodes because besides seeing your camaraderie, I get to see like a different side of the guests. Maybe you don't break your shell too much. We need to find out. we need to crack your shell a bit. But I mean, like the guests.
I'm the interviewer. I'm the interviewer. Don't put me under. Hey.
No, but like the Bugzito interview, for example.
That one was close.
Because you guys, and which is live, by the way, so check it out on the channel. But you guys talked about a lot of things which where you share a common thread. But he said some deep and profound things about his struggle and his journey, which you don't see, because if you see somebody like Bugzito, you see the music videos, you see him on all these celebrated TV shows, The River, you see him on Mubango, etc. And you think he's got it all together. But then when he tells you the stories behind the scenes of the struggle, of how the opportunity never broke and everything else, that's, I think, one of the things that I'm enjoying more about the podcast itself. Do you, when you're kind of researching, design your approach in such a way that you get to that destination with a guest? Or does it just organically happen because you bring that out of them naturally?
To be 100% honest, the Bugzito one caught me off guard, first of all. Okay, with him, I'm privileged to know him, mostly because we come from the same hood. So... the hood we come from is not really the arts. What? No.
It's wild.
They didn't entertain such. You know what I mean? So to see him make it out of that, and like just to make it out of that was a big deal for both of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like to actually come out and say and claim that no, we made it out of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So for him, I can't really take all the credit for that. I think maybe it also goes back to what I was talking about being in control of the mood and the aura in the room.
Yeah.
So he didn't necessarily have to go that in depth with how he answered those questions the way that he did. And it also caught me off guard because even though I initiated it, I didn't expect it to go that deep and that far.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's a personal story, number one. And he was very candid, and you must remember, he wasn't only talking to me.
Yeah.
He was talking to, Bugzito's got thousands and thousands of people who watch him on a daily basis, So he wasn't just talking to me in that moment. So for him to open up like that, I can't really take 100% credit for it, but it also speaks to the type of environment that I'm trying to build with the whole conversations, the Young Conversation series. That's what I'm going for. I don't necessarily want to know about... We can see what you're doing through social media. Yeah. Everyone portrays a certain look on social media. That's not what I'm calling you for. Yeah. I want to have a real conversation with you so you can tell me, not only tell me how did you do it, but for people who are watching you who want to be like you. Like, what do they have to go through? Because you don't always only tell people about the good, about what's going on. It's also important to tell people about the bad of what comes with the totally. Arts, So it was a good one. That's another that was stepping stone as well in terms of like the caliber of like interaction and how to converse with someone in terms of a pod, because like crazy enough, he told a story about how he got into acting in the first place. It wasn't even on his radar. He didn't even want to be an actor. And then there's a teacher, a specific teacher from his high school who encouraged him and suggested to him that you should try acting. There's something in you that I see that could take you far in this field. And the teacher actually commented
on the YouTube in the
episode.
Comments. Yes.
For me, that's the biggest win out of everything.
Yeah.
Because now that's a genuine moment with real people, like who shaped each other.
Yeah.
And told each other that, look, in order for you to get out of where you are to get to there, you have to do this. These people were able to have a conversation how many years later together? Yeah. That's what the conversations are about. Everybody focuses on what's glorified and what looks shiny and fancy. Let's talk about the cracks behind the scenes, like everything that's taped up and hidden from, like, you know, what people are doing and what they have to go through to get to where they are. That's the main reason I do this.
And like mentorship is key. This is my wife, if she's watching, will laugh at me because we like talking about main actress syndrome, which is something that I've got now. You're telling a story and I'm about to tell that. You see, with me, main actress syndrome.
Tell your side.
No, because what happened, and this is something that happened last month. What we had September, So beginning of August, I was on set. Big commercial, which I auditioned for. Yes, I auditioned.
Whoa.
And I got the role, right? The ad is not yet out. I don't know if it'll be out because I've been in situations where we shoot this big budget ad. I'm like, when is it coming out? No, client canned it. I'm like, but they spent so much money. Yeah, clients got money, they canned it. But anyway, this wasn't the situation. This was a huge set, bro. This was like maybe 30, 40 people on the set, right? And there's only one actor, which is, you know, this guy, right?
Wow.
With all the pressure of all these lines that I have to say and stuff. And there was one part, because a lot of when you're on a big production, a lot of it you spend just standing while people get the angle right, get the lighting right, you know, doing that thing. And so while all that was happening, there was a time when I was standing there, I was tired, because this is like hours into it. And then it just hit me like, bah. I looked at him like, oh, flip. There's like 40 people around you. And their job is to, you know what I mean, like make sure that obviously the client's product looks good, but it's all centered around the weight of me. And that scared me a little bit, you know what I mean? But then it got me also to think back, like, so where's the seed of this thing? And I thought about, you know, teachers and so on. So when you said that about Bugsito, I kind of thought like, it's true. When sometimes we see potential in young people and we don't know where it's going to go. And then later on in life, when they start, you know, actualizing whatever it is that you might have noticed when you were younger, you get so fulfilled. So I can only imagine what that teacher watching you interview Bugsito with a lot of his work being showcased in the episode and typing that out, what that feeling is like. I can't even imagine.
I think it was an emotional one for him because like he expressed himself in a you know, in a very, you could tell that it was genuine. Yeah. But at the same time, it just goes back to what you were saying. Like, I wish more people. You said something and it's almost like you sped through it, but like it's so profound. Mentorship is important.
Yeah. Mentorship. Did you have mentorship? Did you have a situation where you see my hand is on your screen now? I'm here. We're in the same room.
It's my moment. It's my moment. Don't.
Main actor syndrome.
Don't invent. My area.
No, but did you also have, like, you know, somebody who either spoke into your life or you know, saw something through a lens which you didn't see at the time, which helped to usher in the verbal we know?
Yeah. So there's three people. Actually, 3 people, and they spread out. One of them I cannot mention because he took a different route. So when I was younger, and when I grew up, our superstars and the people we looked up to were the street guys. Yeah, that's who we looked up to because that's who we grew up around. These are the people who had the cars, they had the jewelry, they had all the women around them, they had all the money, you know. So I remember one of them, and I used to look up to this guy, but like for obvious reasons, I can't mention his name.
Yeah.
And we used to admire him from a distance. I got an opportunity to get close. He got to know me. He liked me. You know me, loud all over the place. I'm one of those. Like I fit in places where naturally I shouldn't. I always find my way. My mom, God rest her soul, she used to crack jokes. It's like, "Wait, nah, you're like those bugs that find their way into the house. Like always. It doesn't matter where we are. I know somewhere I'll find you.
Oh,
you know, you know. So I got an opportunity to get close to him. Got to know him. He liked me, and then he moved me to the side and he told me, "It's like, yo, I see the way you look at us and you watch us and what we do. It's not for you."
Oh.
So I was like, "No, but you know, I'm tough. I'm, you know, you know, when you're young, like, you know, I'm like, no, man, I can do it.
I'm that
like,
guy.
I'm that guy.
Yeah.
I can also do the things that you do." And it's like, nah, I know you can, and I see it, but it's not for you, and it's not what I think you should be doing. So I'm like, okay, then what happens? What you're gonna tell me, hey, doctor? Wow. It's like, nah. I've heard you rap, and I've heard you da 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 da. And it's like, you should pursue it. It was one of the main reasons why I even started doing it.
Wow.
I'll speed forward. The second was Duncan Sodala,
Holster.
the hoster. I met the host at a time when like I was like aggressively pushing my music, but in a time where like English rap just wasn't something that you can really move with. You know what I mean? Like back in the time when down here they used to say "Asimo Statesimo," where they remind you like this is not the States here. You know what I mean? So here's another one who saw what I'm capable of, and he believed. Like I was so convinced, I could see it in my head. Everything I projected it, and he believed it, and he saw it. And
Shout out Holster.
You know, and he nurtured it. So everything that people in Z know me for, from the time when I was still Verbal Assassin to when I transitioned into Young Verbal, Holster was there through all of it.
Yeah.
You know, and then when I left and then came back this side, now it's like a switch. Now I have to like, you know, reassess what I want to do, you know. And when I was this side, I met a man named Trevor Mumba.
Yeah.
I've met him before.
Self-styled king.
The self-styled king. I've met him before in Zambia, but it was one of those, like he booked us for a show.
Yeah,
It was just one of those. And then this side, like just randomly, we're chatting on Twitter. And then I sent him a DM. I'm like, "Listen, man, there's something I want to work on, blah, blah." He's like, "No, whatever it is, I tell you what, come through to the office and let's have a sit down."
Yeah.
That was my first time meeting this guy, and he told me everything that I could achieve if I really, really put my mind to it.
Yeah.
And I told him about all the obstacles, everything I'm going through, and that's the thing I love about Trevor. He's one of those. He's been through everything. Trevor's lost everything. He's lost everyone. He's one of those. Yeah. And he just told me, "It's like, okay, when you're done complaining, let me know." I'm like, bro, I'm going through things right now, man. You know, I'm struggling right now. He's like, "No, when you're done complaining, let me know." And when I was done complaining, I let him know, and the rest is history.
Wow.
And, you know, still standing, still swinging, and now we've opened a new chapter in the arsenal of all these amazing skills that we have.
I think it's a beautiful thing. Trevor calls me senior citizen. So
oh, no, like I'll tell you straight.
When you see
Trevor's
SC,
a douchebag. Oh, no.
So when you see SC when Trevor's referring, it's not a compliment. He's kind of saying like, you know, I'm an old cat.
You know what? Trevor is one of those where, like, if I'm introducing him to like important people in my life, I have to pull them to the side. I'm like, "Hey, listen. You might hear a few things. He doesn't mean it. He's just messing with you."
Nah, man,
he's built different. He's built
dope.
different.
He's dope, man. I actually should send him a message for some other thing. But man, yeah. So now, you know, as we probably need to wrap because, you know. I don't know if Sean's preparing that meal for you.
Sean ain't gonna prepare no meal, bro. I love Sean to death, but Sean ain't preparing no meal, man.
But like, if somebody now hasn't watched PodHouse Conversations, the Young Verbal, Young Convo series, which is so well produced, man. I mean, like,
Definitely.
So production. I don't know if production's still watching production. There's that one episode. It was Major Steez, where this was you. I wish because I shared that clip because every time I see it, it tickles me. So in the episode, I won't say the actual word because that word has got us in trouble with YouTube.
That's how we got. Oh yeah.
That's where we got. Yeah. But Verbal is on some. No, you're talking about the release date.
Yes.
And so he says 19th of July. Boom. And then Verbal says, "Well, gotta put some explosions on there."
And production won't let me down.
And then I'm watching the episode randomly, and then I actually see explosions inserted into it. So I'm just saying, like, shout out to production, but shout out to the imagination, the production value, because my background is radio. Radio is usually referred to as the theater of the mind. So guys who are very good in radio should have a wonderful imagination, because without seeing things literally, your mind is able to unlock pockets of what possibilities are there. And I think there's something that's lent from that analogy, which seeps into this thing where you speak something, production catches it, puts it in the episode,
and it works.
Yeah, no. So I think it's beautiful. But yeah, anyway, with that said, what are people gonna catch? When they watch, the young conversations.
The one word that I love using is organic. Everything that you're gonna see, if you see us like burst out in laughter, it's real. It's not fake. If you see us in a moment of like either intervention or an emotional moment, everything that you see here is 100% real. So what I will say is this idea, which I need to give you credit for, first of all, because I remember the first time when you told me about it, I thought about it like, I do a lot of things and I do them well. I did not see this on my bingo card, but shout out to you, first of all. But now here's another thing. When I came here, I remember you told me that, okay, do a show. And that was it. So if I was to do this somewhere else, it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Because like there's a version of me that would not make people click immediately. They would have to take time and figure it out and like understand what it is that I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
In the PodHouse, I'm able to be myself. In the PodHouse, I bring the guests, and like no one proofreads, no one like who like screen people or whatever. Like it is what it is when we get here, and we just ride with that moment. So for me, I don't think it would work anywhere else. So for the people who are watching, you are getting an actual genuine experience. Everything that you see that's portrayed from the PodHouse is real. That's all I'm going to tell you. Everything else, like, you'll be very surprised how much of everything out there is like scripted, planned out, and manufactured, and not organic at all. I'm taking pride in the fact that everything you see from the PodHouse is 100% real, 100% organic, and nothing is scripted. I take pride in that. I take 100% pride in that.
Totally. All right, man. So I was telling you that I think what we should do is, after we have this live stream, and thank you to everyone who's been watching. I mean, like, it's crazy. I'm really grateful for the participation, for the thumbs up, for the hearts, for the comments. I was saying that I think we should put out the next episode straight after the live stream. Look at you looking at me like, you don't think so?
No, I'm trying to figure out. I'm like, what have you people in the comments? First of all, what have you done for this man to lose his map when it comes to scheduling? What's?
We just put it up. See, earlier on I told you, Verbal thinks a lot. Thinks a lot. I'm like, let's just do it. So okay, no, we'll have a conversation. We'll do a coin toss.
No, I tell you what. Right. This I'm going to play for the Christmas, even though I'm very far.
Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruzina. Do you want to have the new episode up?
I think so. Well, okay. Let's talk about the new episode before we do that. So we've had on the series so far. There's been Bugzito. Mm-hmm. There's been Nirvana Nokwe. That was a good one. If you guys haven't seen it, she's on Outlaws, which is on Showmax. She's on. She's on a music video, like a big international music video.
Is she?
Yeah. I just can't think right now. It's not on the tip of. It's not Kendrick. It's not like one of the
big one.
Big
Are you
international
serious?
video. Yeah, man. Like she's playing. It's one of those abstract videos, and she plays the character of a mother in there. I remember it was released.
I'm going to ask her.
Yeah.
And I will say she made me very uncomfortable, Nirvana, because Nirvana is stunning. You are very stunning, Nirvana. Nirvana is very stunning. So it was very difficult. Very difficult to be professional in that setting. And she's so sweet, man.
Yeah, she's
sweet.
really cool.
She got me a gift out of all the guests. And I know you can afford it. It's not a small guest we get up in here. I know you can afford it. Nah, but it was really cool. So it was Baxito, Nirvana,
and then now we're
about
to put out Zimkita, and then coming soon we do a reissue of Major Steez.
Yes, sir.
And then Kietu.
Yes.
Kietu is in Scandal. Zimkita is singer / actress.
Zimkita's like to-do list.
Yeah.
She's done a lot of. Okay, you know what? Yeah, let's drop it. Let's drop that one.
So we're gonna what time is it now? Central African time. It is the time right now in.
Someone on WhatsApp actually asked me what's cat. I said join me.
Okay, cat.
1900 hours. CAT. What's cat? Oh my god.
19 hours, cats.
She's gonna be so mad that I spoke.
So cats, join me, cats. But you know why it's weird is because now, especially when we're collaborating a lot with other people. So like in my world now, when I say speak online at a conference which is being organized and maybe it's being hosted in Nigeria, then they'll say 19 hours West African time. But then the people in my region maybe haven't seen that West African time. So 19 hours, they're like, you guys are late. Or you guys are early, whatever, the configuration is.
People who watch soccer know that when you see CAT,
Central African time,
then you know. Yeah, you know.
Oh, it's like what and cat. What?
Okay, so wait, what cat are we dropping this episode?
I don't know. Guys, what time? Levi Salima. Thank you so much for watching, man. Levi is strong.
What up,
strong
Levi?
Connect. Yeah.
Shout out to Levi.
Let's put it out there. What time do you guys think it should be out? We have a new episode. Tell us in the comments.
And it's a good episode as well.
It's a good.
Let's
just really drop it at 21 hours. 2100.
2100 CAT, not cat. CAT.
2100 CAT.
Sounds good.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you for watching. Do you want to have the last word? Do you want to DJ us out of here?
Guys, you already know what it is. They call me young. Stay focused, stay blessed, and stay pushing and winning. This is the PodHouse, baby, and this is your favorite room.
And we out. Thank you so much. And it's a wrap.